Hi, my name is Al Camargo. I've been working with Blue View Studios, Cinema Enterprise, LLC, whatever you want to call it. Been about 5 years now.
I'm Josh. I'm the founder of Blue View Cinema. We've been at it for, I'd say, at least 6 years now. Jeez.
It's been quite an experience these past few years working with them, and honestly, I wouldn't change anything for the world.
Al, in particular, though, with his performance and what he's been doing and contributing to our films, he's really been the staple of this company.
I met Josh. We used to work at a call center for H&R Block. I was the technical support individual, and he was like the quality control. So there was like a system you had to hit to get a good score. We always were talking about, Al, you got to get that 100. It's you're right there, and one day I'll get it. I never got it.
Al was a pretty good pupil. He scored 95s on average. Always seemed to miss the same thing, so I think he did that out of spite.
One time we had a one-on-one, and we were going over the call. This is what you did right. This is what you didn't. Oh, you missed that thing again. All right. Okay, Josh.
I started to grow a little bit of a fondness for Al. He had the look of Jake Gyllenhaal, who at the time was my favorite celebrity, and I kind of had a man crush on Jake Gyllenhaal. So I think that's what kind of helped garner my bravery toward him when I asked him to audition for my first short film.
After the whole thing was done, he says to me, he's like, this is kind of like an off-record thing. But you have a really nice voice. He says, have you ever done any acting before? Okay, follow-up number 2 is kind of odd. I did, a short film when I was in like high school, just like for an art project, nothing like super serious or anything like that.
I asked him, I just said, hey, Al, have you ever acted before? And he's like, yeah, I did one in high school with a friend of mine. His name was John Riggs. It was just a little student short film type thing. I go, would you want to get back into it again? Maybe audition for a short film or something like that? And he's like, yeah, that'd be pretty cool.
I was like, yeah, I'll let you know, maybe. We'll see about it.
And I'm like, okay, well, if you want, I'm looking for a new role. And we were at the time, Mark and I were looking for a new lead role for this drama film we were going to do called Inspired by Death.
I leave the office and I go sit down with my buddy Nick. And Nick asks me, he says, how'd the interview go? And I told him everything was good, and then the Josh part, that he offered, or he wanted to interview with me in like a one-on-one kind of setting or whatnot. And he says, that's really weird. It's probably gonna be like a porno or something weird.
Obviously, I don't have a studio or anything like that. And I figured it wouldn't be a big deal, but I asked him to just audition at my place.
When I get there, it's a nice little condo complex, and I'm thinking to myself, this is, you hear stories about people like going over to someone's houses and then they just get like kidnapped, or they get like killed or forced to be in a porno.
He gets to my place, and my place is a little hard to manage and make out or find, so of course he had to call me because, again, it's kind of off to the side, curbed.
I told Nick that where I was going. I gave him the address. Like, if you don't hear from me, I'm probably dead. Call the police.
I make sure the place is all tidy. I have my camera set up and everything, because I want this to be a professional environment. I want him to be able to walk in and go, damn, this guy really knows what he's doing. Like, it's all set up and ready to go.
I knock on the door. Josh comes down. You can hear the footsteps running downstairs, and he's like, "Ow, how's it going?" He smacks me on the chest.
This is just a thing I do. It's a show that I care. I'm a physical touch kind of individual, so just a little,
It's like, hey, Josh, cool. How are you, man? Good to see you. It's like, yeah, come on upstairs. We got everything going, and we'll get started.
Well, we walk up the stairs, and he looks kind of nervous, and so I'm thinking, okay, well, it's the audition. I mean, this is your first time auditioning for something. Like, of course you're going to be nervous.
So I get to the top of the stairs, and lo and behold, there is a black couch, and in the center of the room, there is a camera on a tripod. Nothing else.
He looks around and he's startled for a second. He's like, whoa, whoa, okay. And it was probably because, again, he's just intimidated by this camera tripod setup. Like, damn, this guy really knows how to set up an audition, and really, you know, he's a real professional.
I sit down and I say, Josh, do you have anybody that lives with you? And he says, no, I live by myself, you know, no big deal. Okay.
He then asked me if I live alone, and so I told him yeah. And I figured, you know, again, there's nobody like hiding in the back. It's just me. Nothing intimidating.
And he walks away out of the room, just texting on my phone like, oh my God, this is it. This is really gonna happen.
So I go into my room and I grab the script real quick and I come back, and Al's like quickly kind of putting his phone into his pocket, and I'm like, okay, you probably just need to make a quick text, maybe let his girlfriend know he made it safe.
He comes back with an actual piece of paper. And he hands it over to me. You know, I'm looking through it, and this is an actual script. So there's a big sigh of relief. I'm like, okay, so I mean, you don't want to get into the acting business like porno. I mean, at least not for me.
I hand him the script and he lets out this sigh of relief, just this, and I'm like, thinking again, like, okay, sitting on the couch helped.
We do the interview and everything goes, I mean, a lot more comfortable at this point. Everything goes really smoothly, and I end up getting the part for it.
He reads the script, and I gotta say, I felt like I was standing in the presence of greatness. His performance was rock solid. He was able to deliver raw emotion. He even kind of put on the waterworks a little bit, which was really cool. Mark and I brought him on, and he was the lead role for our film.
So we'll fast forward a couple weeks during the filming for it. Josh and one of his cronies picked me up in his Chevy Aveo.
I offered to give Al a ride in my Aveo. It's a compact car, but hey, it's affordable.
We're driving, a couple hot shots, in the front seat. I'm just like right in the middle, like in the bitch seat. And he says to me, I really want to pay you for your time on this, and I have something next to you. It's in a box. I want you to open up that box and tell me what you think. It's kind of like a mysterious, weird, vibe going on. I'm like, what's in the box?
Obviously, I want to give him something, but at the same time, I felt like I could kind of hustle him on the price because this is his first film, after all, so he doesn't know what an actor's going to get paid, and I was on furlough. I needed to save some money.
So, I open the box, and it's a lot of Pokemon cards.
My brothers gave me a bunch of Pokemon cards in like a metal bin or a tin of some sort. And I knew I wasn't going to sell them. So I figured that maybe Al would accept that as a form of payment.
It's like, I'm trying to be as nice as I can. Like, Josh, these are cool, man. Are you just showing these to me or what? I was like, no, I want you to have them. It's like payment. You could probably get $300 or something for it. It's like, yeah, it's cool. I'd have to sell them myself, but I'm not doing that. The nicest way possible, Josh. I'm not taking this. 24 years old. What am I gonna do with Pokemon cards?
He wanted to go with the money route instead, which was kind of a bummer on my part, but I did have the money and I was gonna pay him. I just figured this would be a little bit more convenient. And again, he could make more money, but his loss, that's fine. I never sold the cards myself, but still, I'm just saying, he could have made some money off of it.
I mean, after that experience, we've done a ton of things, and I've told him about the story, and it's wonderful. And I told him that, I thought it was gonna be a porno, and he just cried, that cackle he does.
We finished the film. Al did a killer job, and we've been working on films ever since. We were able to actually work on a film with Eric Steele, and at that time, I had just met him. I met him at the Horror Film Roulette. Somehow was able to get him to do all the camera work for free, which was pretty sweet.
He's an asshole.
I'm really excited to see what we end up creating, you know, in the next 5 years. I mean, this was 5 years already that's passed, so. But yeah, that's how I met Al, to answer your question.
That's the story of how Josh and I met.
Quite the journey.